Hi guys, I'm so glad you're back with me at Arts Not Farts. Remember, laugh, cheer it up. It's okay. That's why I did it. I am Christina, and I am so glad that you're back here with me today. Last week we did this amazing project. I've already got it up here. This tree. I do want to tell you something. I talked with some painters this last week, and they made a comment that our tree could have actually been considered somewhat of an impressionism or an impressionist project. We'll get into that some other time, but I wanted to encourage anybody who had done it that maybe we could have crossed even into another section of art. Super excited. It was wonderful to talk to her, but I just wanted to mention that. So again, that was last week's mosaic project that was also crisscrossed. Super exciting. And yes, I said excited like 6 or 7 times, and that's just sometimes how it works around here. Well, this week, I'm not going to be going through tons and tons of pictures like I did last week because we saw lots of examples of mosaics. Instead, this week, we're going to, instead of doing the pictures before it and like I did last week, because I spent so much time, this time we're going to actually spend a little bit more time working on the mosaic. Here is an example of actually what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making a paper mosaic or a collage. Some people would prefer to call them that. They kind of crisscross in terms. It is relatively simple, and it is, if you have somebody who you know that scrapbooks or who has a lot of paper scraps, this is a really good way to use some of those. The supplies are going to be easy. They're going to be blue and yellow scrapbooking paper or construction paper. You're going to need some scissors, and you're going to need some glue sticks. Glue sticks I've found to be easier, but if you have glue, regular standard glue like white school glue, that will work really well as well. So that's basically the introduction to the project. That's basically the introduction to this week. I'm so excited to get to do this project with you, so let's get going. So here is where we're at. We have our paper that we're going to be gluing everything onto. We have a couple of yellow spots, we have some blue, and we have our trusty glue stick. This glue stick is going to get used a lot. And then we of course have some scissors that are going to help cut the paper. I have a very dear friend of mine who was over here not too long ago, and she helped cut a lot of my blue scrapbooking paper. I have different shades of blue scrapbooking paper. If you are interested in purchasing, I have both 3/4 inch blue and yellow scrapbooking pieces of paper. If you would be interested in purchasing those as part of a kit to complete this craft, please look in the comments and I'll make sure I put in how to do that. I will be starting to do that for all of the upcoming Arts Not Farts videos, but I just wanted to go ahead and let you know that you can be doing that now. But as far as how to get this going, what I did is I did find something that would let me make a full circle. Now, if you are really good about drawing a circle, then you don't have to worry about finding one. I am not. So I found something that was a circle, and all I'm going to do is trace right around it. Now, if you want to put your circle in the middle of your paper, go for it. I'm going to set that behind so it doesn't get in the way. If you are someone who is very, very specifically you want that circle, that's what I would go ahead and grab for the grab something that you can trace around. Now, here comes the fun part. We are going to cut paper. Now, the great thing about making this mosaic is that it does not have to be perfect, and that is so wonderful. From an earlier one that I have made, you will see that I have different shades of blue, and these blue shapes have been cut all different kinds, and I made these shapes rather small. I will tell you, the smaller your paper is, the longer it's going to take you to finish this project. So I would not say to make your pieces of paper this big. That will not cause your mosaic to look very fantastic in my opinion. But this is art, so I want you to enjoy it. What I would say is that if you have more than one shade of blue, I would encourage you to do that. If you have only one shade of blue, enjoy it and celebrate it as it is. But what I'm going to do is first I'm going to cut up some more blue pieces because I know I don't have enough, and then I'm gonna go and do the same exact thing with the yellow. So you are welcome to watch and enjoy. Like I said, I am gonna make my pieces a little bit bigger than I did for the last one because it took me quite a while to do those little bitty pieces, but my pieces for this one, they're still gonna be pretty small because I liked the control that I had and where and how they fit onto my paper. Okay, so we have got, it is time to, we've got it cut, now it's time to glue. This is the fun part. We get to take these little pieces that we've already cut and we get to put them in. And I always start with the sun simply because it's the portion that we've got part of it cut out for. And this is the glue sticks favorite part because it gets used. Now, as you can tell, I've used this glue stick before. So when you first pop open a glue stick, it doesn't look near as used, just so you know. But for me, what I found, I can just paint the glue stick right onto the paper and put that in any sort of random location that I want. Now for the sun, I obviously want the sun to be the part that's in the circle. I would like that to be that part. But other than that, at least at first, my main goal is to get the portions of the yellow paper to fill almost completely. This yellow ball is what it's going to be looking like. So now we get to make the sun's rays. Now these, what I've done on the other piece is I just made random straight lines and they went across the piece. And I'm truthfully just going to pick some spots at seemingly random spaces again. Yes, I like random. I like random within reason, I guess is how I could phrase it. But I'm going to do the same thing. And that is simply fitting these pieces apart, setting them in a way that makes sense, but will still give the essence and the feeling of having the sun's rays. And this is essentially going to split the paper almost as if it was a pie into uneven pieces. And it is okay for it to be asymmetrical. That is perfectly fine. Now, since I've got so much glue on one portion of my scrap paper, I am going to rotate it a little bit. That way I can be sure that I won't be just getting glue all over the blue from the very beginning. And I'm going to go ahead and start right here in this quadrant right down here. That way I can go ahead and get going with this blue. I have a lot of blue to put on here, and it's just a matter of getting started with it. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to start putting blue anywhere and everywhere on that quadrant. I encourage you to go one piece at a time, as far as one section at a time. Don't try to bite off too much in one go, would be my encouragement, because if you do, it can get very, very overwhelming. You will finish with this project, I promise. And just like that, we're done with another project, guys. How exciting is that? Over here on this side is the one that I started with. On this side is the one that we just got finished creating. In fact, my fingers are still blue. Now, I will tell you that does come off. All it takes is some soap and water and a little bit of scrubbing. Do me a favor. Send me a picture of your artwork. I want to see it. So either take a picture of it and put it in the comments of this video, or send an email to artsnotfarts2020@gmail.com or craftsbychristina@yahoo.com. And then I want to leave it with this parting thought. Each of us took a little piece of paper and we combined it with another, and that turned over time and some work into a bigger piece of artwork. What would happen if each of us got together with somebody else and, well, we combined and we turned our little bits of something that we could do? And, well, maybe, what if that managed to be a way that we could change the world? I think that's something we could do, guys. So that's my parting thought this week. Maybe a bunch of little somethings could be a big something. Until next week, I'll see you soon. Bye.